I've never liked Australian pubs. A pub should be home away from home. I mean, you battle through rush hour in London in the pissing rain and your locals there waiting for you with open arms. I mean, these Aussie pubs or hotels or bars or whatever they call them, they're all strip lighting, bar stools and then big glass windows. They ain't got a clue about ambiance. They're about as inviting as an abattoir.
We've been sightseeing. He'd been really easy going. So when he said he wanted a drink, well, I thought, why not? One can't hurt.
She's dragged me round half the sodding city. I was gasping for a pint.
We stopped somewhere near that central station. Pub looked a bit shabby. And there was this line-up of bored-looking men staring out the window. Looked like they'd been there since breakfast.
She's bleating on about not liking the place, but I found if you just ignore her a bit, stare straight ahead like you ain't heard nothing, she shuts up. It's magic.
They watched us as we came in. They weren't subtle about it. And I could feel the room vibrating with tension.
There's some kid behind the bar messing about with his mobile phone.
I kept my eyes down, didn't make eye contact. He didn't even seem to notice.
So I'm stood there thinking to myself, is it too much to bleeding ask to get a little bit of service in this country? You know, a bit of that neighbour's charm, a bit of good day, mate. I mean, am I fucking invisible?
Seems there are two types of Australian men. The scrawny ones, all gangly limbs, bad teeth and pigeon chests.
Little bastard didn't even look up. I turned to her, but she's staring at the floor like a bloody zombie. Can you believe it? I says loud enough for him to hear.
Then the rugby ones. Great thick necks, little Shrek ears glued to the sides of their heads.
I mean, come on, I'm as patient as the next man, but this geezer's having a laugh. So I slapped my hand down on the bar real loud like. That gets his attention.
The boy behind the bar looked young. Probably a student. His eyes were huge. Like he'd been staring in the dark for a long time.
About time, I says, and he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice you there, all polite like. And she simpers back at him, that's okay. I says, mate, you need to sort yourself out. There's people out here who want serving.
I always feel I should apologise, you see, when he gets in one of his moods. Make people feel a bit better after he's been a mauled.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's not being listened to. She does it. Now drifts off to La La Land thinking about shoes or makeup or something. Sometimes I have to shake her just to get her to listen to me. I says I'll have a lager and a white wine, and he just looked at me.
The boy looked tired. His hair was sticking up at the back, and the label on his collar was out.
I says again, a lager and a white wine, and he goes, too new, and I'm like, what, too new? What's he on about? I'm thinking, this is a fucking joke. All I want is a fucking beer.
He was working his way up to it, getting redder. I've seen his face turn purple when he's really going for it.
I mean, is that too fucking much to ask?
I saw him at the corner of my eye. He was staring at me with this funny little grin, like he knew something that I didn't.
Too new, he says again, and I'm about to say something back when I heard his voice.
He's asking you if you want a Tooheys New, mate.
This skinny fella stood behind her, grinning at me. I says, you what?
A Tooheys New, it's a beer.
When he spoke, I felt a funny little shiver.
So I'm fighting the urge to slap him, you know, but I'm thinking, no, I need that beer, so I'll let it go. I says to the little turd behind the bar, a Tooheys New then and a wine for her. Now, don't mind what type it is, as long as it's wet.
You're a pom then, eh, mate?
I bloody hate being called a pom. Fella at the hotel called me it that morning, and she's all like, ooh, what does that actually mean? And he tells her it means prisoners of Her Majesty, and I'm like, oh yeah, where's the H then? But they weren't listening.
He came and stood right behind me, really close. I could feel his breath on my neck when he talked, and I could smell him. A kind of diesely smell, mixed with something spicy.
I mean, the trick of them calling us poms. I mean, they're the prisoners, aren't they? Bunch of convicts, a lot of them. I mean, if it weren't for us, they wouldn't be here with their schooners and hot chips and dooners. But I think, no, I'll humour him. I says, yeah, mate, here from London, here on holidays.
I wanted to get a closer look at him, but I felt like I couldn't move. My arms were hanging, bloodless by my side.
London, right. Pretty full on there, eh, mate?
It's as if I wasn't even there. It's like I was transparent.
Yeah, it's all right, I says, you get used to it. Then I noticed that the drinks were on the bar and Sunshine was waiting to get paid. So how much is that, I go?
Then I felt his hand.
Let me get these, mate.
The heat of his hand and my lower back. The fingers moving back and forth.
Free drinks, I think to myself. Thanks very much. She stood there with a face like a slapped arse.
Then it moved down to my bum, over the left cheek, and then I underneath.
Think of it as a welcome to Australia beer.
Then it was gone. He handed the boy a note. Was it a 10 or a 20? The notes are so colourful, they're like play money.
You should be getting paid by the tourist officer, goes and laughed. He laughed too.
Let's get a table.
As he walked across the room, I got a proper look at him. There was something animal about him. Like one of those dingo things you see on the TV. The way he slunk, shoulders hunched. He was muscly. No, sinewy. I bet he had a T-shirt tan and a washing powder white backside.
So we sit down with him, right? There's footy on the TV. Not proper football. I think they call it AFL. Players look like they belong in a bloody boy band.
Would it be awkward?
Oh, so there's no rules to this game then, I says. You just pick it up, kick it, run round with it under your jumper. He laughed.
Or powerful. Lifting me, positioning me, bending me over the back of the bed. Holding my hips in place.
How about them bombs in London then, eh, mate?
Oh, yeah, terrible, mate, I says. Do you hear? One of them bomb geezers had to go in and detonate it by hand.
Every now and then he looked at me. He licked his lips.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, what a job. Imagine him going home to his missus after that. Have a nice day, dear. Yes, dear, wearing me slippers. The beer was going down nicely.
His teeth were sharp and crooked.
How do you reckon those fellas get paid?
Never thought about it, I said.
I reckon it's by the bomb. $200 in the meat tray for each one they unplug.
Oh, yeah, and what they do the rest of the time, I says. I mean, how many bombs are there? One a month? They're bloody starved.
And maybe they plant more bombs.
His clothes were awful. Cheap. Supermarket own brand.
So we're sat there having a laugh, right? Me and this geezer. Says his name's Bazza, works on the cranes. Good money in crane driving, he says. Not that he gets to spend it.
I'm locked up, mate. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
He was revolting.
Turns out he's in prison at the weekends. I'm like, you having me on?
No, mate. Hit a fella with an iron bar a few years back.
So they lock him up each weekend, then let him out again. Can you believe it?
I wanted to fuck him.
And all the while, she sat there with this gormless bloody look on her face. I can't stand it, so I says, "Oi, sweetheart, how's about you get yourself to the bar and get me and my mate here a few more beverages?"
I said OK and I went to the bar. I could feel his eyes on my back as I walked. I think I wiggled my hips a little bit.
She walks to the bar like she's pissed. She'd only had one glass. "Oi, sweetheart, how's about you get yourself some nuts or something?" I shouted at her. "Don't want to have to carry her home," I says to this bazza geezer. I mean, you seen the size of her?
Right, mate. Anyways, I'll help with the drinks.
He gets up before I can stop him. It's only 3 drinks, I said. She's got hands.
He came to the bar.
I'll help you with the drinks.
And the silly cat knocks her drink over, goes everywhere, all over him.
I'm sorry. I am so clumsy.
No, that's all right, darling. No, I'm done.
Then I kid you not, she kisses him. Can you believe it? She kisses him. Throws her arms round him like a wild woman, hands round his bleeding neck, clawing at him like a banshee, tongues going everywhere. And all the while he stood there still holding my sodding lager. I thought I was seeing things. I mean, she who wouldn't say boot or bleeding goose, and now she stood there snogging the face off this Aussie geezer like she's Sharon Stone or something. Everybody in the pub was watching, but I tell you, I couldn't bloody move. Then she walks over to me, cool as a cucumber.
Goodbye.
Goodbye? Good fucking bye? And that's it, mate. Full Monty, can you fucking credit it? Never saw her again. Got back to the hotel, she cleared out. Passport, suitcase, the lot. Gone. Zip. Van bloody moosh. I'll give you something, though. These Aussies, true what they say, innit? They're a friendly bunch.